The morning opens softly, and yet within the first breaths of waking, the weight of yesterday can linger. Restlessness may press in, especially after nights too long or sleep too shallow, and anxiety waits at the edge of your thoughts. But in this fragile space, God's message meets you tenderly. Trust me with this day. Every moment ahead is already known to Him. The path you cannot yet see lies clear before His eye. The burdens you carry are not hidden, and even your unspoken prayers rise like incense before His throne. In the stillness of this beginning, His mercy stretches wide enough to gather every fear, every doubt, and every unanswered question. Listen closely. There is gentleness in His invitation. While the world hurries forward, His message today is steady. Lay down your worry and lift up your eyes. The Bible declares whoever dwells in the secret place of the Most High will rest in His shadow. And again, the shepherd leads his flock beside still waters. These promises are alive for you now, covering the very first steps of your morning. When anxiety rises, when sleepless nights leave your soul weary, let this be your anchor. In prayer you are shielded, in meditation you are renewed, and in daily prayer the Father steadies your hand. His promises endure beyond the shifting hours. His goodness follows you wherever you go, and His Spirit breathes peace into your body, your mind, and your soul. He is not distant. He is here, closer than the air you breathe, guiding you with quiet strength. So, pause. Breathe gently, and let His presence settle upon you like the warmth of morning light. May peace go before you today, may grace surround you, and may His word remain your compass through every step. Trust that His love is stronger than your fear, His mercy deeper than your doubt, and His wisdom greater than your confusion. You are not walking into this day alone. The God who formed you walks beside you still. Rest in that truth. Carry it with courage, and let your soul rise with gratitude. Amen. Father in heaven, as the morning light touches this new day, I lift my heart to you. My thoughts may wander, my body still feels weary, and my spirit longs for peace, yet I bring it all before you. In this daily prayer, I ask for your nearness to steady me, and your wisdom to guide every step. Where my mind feels scattered, gather me close. Where my heart feels heavy, lift me with the strength of your love. Shepherd of my soul, lead me as you once led your people, beside green pastures and still waters. Quiet the anxious noise within me, and guard my mind from fears that steal my strength. Where my path feels uncertain, make it clear. Cover my home with your protection, surround my family with mercy, and let kindness shape my words. As I travel, as I work, and even as I pause to rest, keep me safe under the shadow of your wings. Let no distraction steal the peace you freely give, and let no worry take root in my heart. Provide the bread I need for this day, not only food for my body, but courage for my spirit, patience for my mind, and gentleness for my speech. May every encounter be marked by your presence, and may I carry your light into places still touched by fear or doubt. Hear this morning prayer, O Lord, and let my day begin beneath the covering of your kindness. May your mercy rise before me like the sun, and may your love be the compass of every step I take. Beloved soul, may your morning begin under the canopy of His kindness, and may His peace remain with you always. Amen. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence. SF Maya, Psalm 91, 1-3. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for His name's sake. KJV, Psalm 23, 1-3, breath. These scriptures are not relics of the past, but living words, stretching into this very moment. The secret place is closer than you think. It rests in the breath of prayer, a hidden sanctuary known deeply by the heart. The Almighty's shadow covers you like wings unfurled, steadying your steps, guarding your soul, and quieting every storm within. The shepherd's staff guides your journey, even when the valleys feel long and the shadows weigh heavy. His still waters invite you to rest. His green pastures renew your strength when life's burdens press hard. These verses remind you that you are never forsaken, never left to walk alone, never beyond the reach of His faithful hand. Let these images take root in your spirit. The refuge of a fortress, the softness of green fields, the hush of still waters, the shelter of His wings. They are not just words, but living promises, breathed fresh into your morning. Speak them gently. Let them echo within until your heart is anchored and your mind rests secure. May His word be your shield, your covering, and your peace today. There are mornings when the mind runs ahead into worries not yet real, when anxiety paints pictures of storms that may never come and drains the strength of what already is. Fear always lives in the future, whispering of what might go wrong. But faith calls us back to the presence, reminding us that God's presence is here, steady and near, in this very breath. Carrying tomorrow's burdens on today's path makes the load unbearable. Shoulders ache, steps falter, and joy feels far away. Yet God's message is clear. I have given you enough for this moment. Lay the rest in my hands. His voice awakens the heart to realize He is not distant, but closer than your next thought, nearer than your next heartbeat, holding you with unshakable care. Even your body feels the difference. Fear tenses the jaw, weighs heavy on the shoulders, and shortens the breath. But as you release each tightness, worry loosens its grip. This is the quiet work of faith. It steadies the soul and softens the body that carries it. Step into today slowly, with grace for each moment. You do not need the full map. You only need the next faithful step. Trust the one who walks beside you, and in that trust, find strength, peace, and joy. May your steps match His gentle pace, and may His presence guide you like a melody through the morning. Sit where you are and let your body grow quiet. Feel the ground beneath you, steady and strong, reminding you that God holds you firm. Let your hands rest gently. Release the tension in your jaw. Allow your shoulders to soften. This is a holy pause, a moment of stillness, to begin the day with Him. Breathe deeply. In for 4 counts. Hold for 4. Exhale slowly for 6. Whisper within, under your wings I rest. Again, inhale, pause, release. Whisper, you are my peace. One more time. Breathe in, hold, exhale. Whisper, I am safe in you. With each breath, feel the weight of sleepless nights leaving you like shadows fading at dawn. Anxious thoughts lose their grip as fresh air fills your chest, reminding you that every breath is a gift. Each inhale draws in His mercy. Each exhale releases fear. Now picture the still waters of Psalm 23, clear, cool, and calm. See the shepherd guiding you there, inviting you to lie down in green pastures, unhurried and unafraid. This is where your spirit is restored, where your soul knows true rest. Carry this breath prayer into the day ahead. Whenever worry presses close, return to this rhythm, and let your body remember the peace you hold now. May your breath follow the rhythm of His peace, and may His presence steady you with every step. Today I will trust the Lord as my refuge and my fortress, the place where I am safe and strong. Today I will walk in the secret place of the Most High, resting under the shadow of His wings. Today I will fear no evil, for the shepherd is beside me with rod and staff to guide and protect. Today I will lay down anxiety and rise with a peace the world cannot take away. Today I will remember that goodness and mercy follow me wherever I go. Today I will let His word be the lamp for my feet and the shield over my heart. Today I will stand in quiet strength, knowing He carries what I cannot bear. Today I will choose words of kindness, even when impatience tries to rise. Today I will receive the daily bread He provides. Nourishment for body, courage for soul, patience for mind. Today I will cover my home, my family, and all I set my hand to in prayer. Today I will trust His Spirit to lead me with wisdom and quiet confidence. Today I will choose faith over fear, hope over despair, rest over striving, and over it all, the banner is sure. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. May this truth clothe you like a garment, guarding your heart, steadying your steps, and guiding you through this day. Merciful God, draw near to those who wake in danger and those who lie down in fear. Stretch the shelter of your wings over every soul without a safe place. For homes where the table is bare, provide daily bread and living water. For children who tremble and elders who grow weary, surround them with your quiet strength. For the sick, speak healing into their bodies. For the grieving, let your embrace hold them close. Where roads are broken, open a path. Where hearts are shattered, mend the places only you can see. Shape us to be your hands, generous, gentle, and faithful, carrying light into the shadows. In your compassion, lift the lowly, restore the weary, and give rest to the poor in spirit. Amen. May mercy be more than a prayer on our lips. May it become the rhythm of our lives. Lord, as this new day unfolds, I ask for your covering over every part of my life. Guard my mind from anxious thoughts, steady my emotions with your peace, and renew my body with strength. Let every word I speak be seasoned with grace, and let every step I take be guided by the wisdom of your Spirit. Spread your protection over my relationships, within my family, among friends, and in every encounter. Let love be the thread that binds us together. Watch over my home, that it may be a refuge of safety and peace. Guard my travel and the paths I walk today, keeping me from harm and leading me exactly where I need to go. Bless the work of my hands, O God. May my decisions be shaped by discernment and my opportunities met with courage. Even when valleys of uncertainty stretch before me, remind me that the shepherd walks beside me, his rod and staff bringing comfort. In the shadows, whisper to my heart that I am never alone, and as evening draws near, prepare my spirit for gratitude. May I look back on this day with thanksgiving, remembering each quiet mercy you have given. When night settles, let my soul rest in your presence, trusting that tomorrow rests in the same faithful hands. May goodness and mercy follow you, and may His peace cover you now and always. Amen. Father, I release this day into your hands. Every plan I have written, every outcome beyond my control, I surrender now. Teach me to trust the edits you make in my story, even when they do not match the vision I imagined. Let obedience be the rhythm of my heart, not born of fear, but born of love for the one who leads me faithfully. When I am tempted to rush ahead, slow me with your peace. When hesitation holds me back, remind me that even the smallest steps of faith are precious in your sight. Write your word upon my heart, O Lord, so that my choices are not shaped by worry, but guided by your truth and wisdom. This is my daily prayer, to see interruptions as invitations, detours as directions, and delays as your holy timing. You speak, walk in my way, and you will not stumble. Help me to believe it. Help me to live it. Let my surrender be complete, my yes unwavering. May the lightness of trust replace the heaviness of fear, and may my spirit rest in the confidence that you go before me. May your yes today be both light and strong, carried by the strength of His love. Amen. The Lord bless you and keep you as this day comes to its quiet close. May his face shine tenderly upon you, and may his peace cover your mind like a gentle blanket through the night. Let every anxious thought dissolve into the certainty that you are loved, you are guarded, and you are never alone. As you prepare for night prayer and bedtime prayer, may the shepherd guide you once more beside still waters. May the worries that pressed against you lose their hold, and may sleep come as a holy gift, deep, calm, and restoring. Let your soul rest in his presence, knowing that his goodness and mercy follow you even in the darkness. May this daily prayer carry you into rest, and may spiritual awakening rise with the morning light. The same God who steadied you through this day will keep you safely through the night. Under his wings you begin, under his wings remain. You have walked through the stillness of the heart, where shadows gave way to the gentle light of God's presence. The burdens you carried have been met with mercy, and the restlessness within has been calmed by a peace beyond words. In this holy quiet, you have been reminded that life is never born alone, for the Eternal One surrounds you as surely as the air you breathe. The truth that anchors every moment is this: you are loved without condition, held without limit, and guided without end. Let this assurance linger as you rise and walk forward, each moment clothed in grace, each breath kissed by kindness, each step marked by divine companionship. Rest now in the certainty that you are sheltered, that mercy prepares the way before you, and peace faithfully follows behind. And may the blessing that does not fade remain upon you always. You are safe in the everlasting arms of the one who never lets go. Tonight, as the world grows quiet and the darkness deepens, you may feel the kind of silence that does not soothe but presses heavily upon your heart. It is the kind of silence that stretches the walls around you, making the room feel larger than it is, while your spirit feels smaller and more fragile. In these late hours, loneliness often takes on a voice, whispering doubts about your worth, your future, and even whether God still sees you. Perhaps you have prayed and felt no answer, or cried for help and heard only the echo of your own voice. Yet, beloved soul, do not mistake this silence for absence. The shepherd has not turned his face away. His presence is not measured by what you feel, but secured in his eternal promise. He walks with you now, unseen yet steadfast, cradling you with the tenderness of a father who never leaves his child. He calls you to release what has weighed upon you today, the looping worries, the unspoken prayers, the guilt over words left unsaid, the ache of a spirit that feels weary and dry. Remember the gift of Psalm 23. He makes me lie down in green pastures. This is not a command to strive, but an invitation to rest. Tonight is not about your effort, but about your surrender. Let his presence cover you like a warm mantle. Breathe deeply. Let your shoulders fall, and allow your soul to remember its worth is not found in what you do, but in who you are to him. Beloved, chosen, secure, the shepherd is here. In this very moment, he is leading you beside still waters, transforming the silence from heaviness into holiness, from emptiness into peace. Now pause. Let the quiet become a sanctuary. Feel the shift as the stillness changes from burden to blessing, from distance to closeness, from fear to wonder. The night does not conceal you. It enfolds you in God's everlasting arms. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are seen, carried, and loved beyond measure. Trust that even in the silence, his mercy is at work, his light is near, and his love surrounds you. Rest tonight in that truth. Rest, knowing that nothing can separate you from the shepherd who guards your soul. And as you close your eyes, may his peace settle over you fully, until your heart finds its home in him. Amen. The shepherd's voice is never hurried, never harsh. He does not drive with force, but leads with peace. Psalm 23:2 whispers, He makes me lie down in green pastures. Tonight, those words are meant for you, not as a call to strive, but as an invitation to surrender. The shepherd knows the depth of your weariness. He sees how long you have carried the ache of unanswered questions, the weight of disappointments, and the fatigue of a soul that has been running without pause. His first gift to you is not a command to rise stronger, but the gentle mercy of rest. He calls you to release what you cannot hold, to breathe, to stop walking alone under the weight of your burdens. Picture yourself now in that pasture, soft grass beneath you, still waters shimmering nearby, the shepherd's hand resting lightly upon your shoulder. He is not asking for perfect prayers or eloquent words. He is not demanding unshakable faith. He simply asks you to rest where he has placed you, to trust that his leading has brought you to a safe place even when the night feels uncertain. Here in the quiet, the pasture of his presence becomes your peace, and the still waters of his spirit flow as refreshment for your soul. Tonight, you do not need to prove your strength. You do not need to create courage where there is none. All you need is to let the shepherd be the one who carries you into rest. In this holy stillness, the silence becomes healing, the night becomes sacred, and your spirit remembers once more what it means to be still and know that he is God. There are nights when the weight of life presses so heavily that you wonder if you can take even one more step. Yet Isaiah 46 speaks with a promise that cannot be shaken. I have made you, and I will carry you. Tonight, let those words be more than a verse on a page. Let them sing over you as a lullaby for your weary soul. You were never created to carry every burden alone. From your first breath, God has been the one who holds you, and he has never ceased to bear you up. And he has never ceased to bear you up, even in seasons when faith feels fragile, when prayers seem unanswered, and when silence lingers longer than you wished. You are still being held. The shepherd has not withdrawn. He has come closer, like a parent bending low to lift a child too tired to go on. The Lord stoops to carry you across valleys you could never cross alone. He bears your grief, your questions, your fears, and even the guilt you feel for not being strong enough. Tonight, you can set down the need to pretend. You are free from the weight of proving your faith. The truth is steady and unchanging. You are still carried. So rest in this assurance. Every hidden tear has been counted. Every unspoken ache has been heard. And every step you thought you walked alone has been cradled in his everlasting arms. You do not need to find the way tonight. You only need to rest in the one who carries you still and will carry you always. Amen. In the stillness of night, brokenness can feel sharper, as memories you tried to bury rise again, and your heart aches in places you longed to see healed. Yet into this tender ache, Jesus whispers words that sound almost upside down. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Mourning is not weakness or failure. It is evidence that your soul is alive, tender enough to feel, open enough to need. And God calls even this fragile place blessed. The world urges you to conceal your tears, to patch your cracks, to wear strength like armor when your spirit trembles. But heaven does not despise your weakness. Heaven bends close to it. The shepherd does not remain far away. He kneels beside you, gathering every broken piece you feared was lost forever. Your mourning is not wasted. It becomes the very ground where his comfort takes root. Your emptiness is not abandonment. It is the holy space where his presence chooses to dwell. So tonight, if your pillow carries the weight of your tears, know that each one has been seen. If grief lingers in your chest, know that you are being held. The shepherd is not ashamed of your sorrow. He calls it sacred, and he calls you blessed. In his hands, even your brokenness becomes holy ground, a place where love will rise again and hope will take root anew. There are nights when you may feel invisible, as though you are walking through shadows unseen, when silence tries to convince you that you are utterly alone. Yet Psalm 139 speaks a truth stronger than your feelings. You hem me in, behind and before. You lay your hand upon me. Even when you cannot sense it, you are wrapped in the unshakable presence of God. His nearness is not fragile, nor dependent on your awareness. It is who He is, the shepherd who surrounds His own. Picture yourself encircled by His love, a refuge where fear cannot enter and darkness cannot prevail. Behind you, His mercy has covered your past. Before you, His hand secures your future. Around you, His love holds you steady in this very moment. Though your eyes may not perceive it, you are never abandoned, never uncovered, never forgotten. Tonight, the shepherd himself is your invisible shelter. While your heart may long for proof you can touch, faith reminds you that His presence is closer than breath, stronger than sight. Every inhale you take is sustained by Him. Every heartbeat rests beneath His watchful care. So lean back into this unseen embrace. You are surrounded without needing to see it. In silence, you are safe. In stillness, you are held. Lord, tonight I bring before you the weary ones who feel nothing at all. Their hearts are heavy, their prayers seem hollow, and their souls feel numb. For the one lying awake, staring into the dark, unsure if you still hear them, draw near. For the one whispering words without emotion, wondering if they matter, remind them that every prayer is precious to you. Father, step into their numbness with your gentle presence. Let your warmth seep into the silence where their spirit feels cold. Breathe new life where hope has grown distant. Whisper softly that you are still here, nearer than their very breath. Wrap them in the truth that faith is not measured by feelings but anchored in your unfailing love. When their hearts feel dry, be their living water. When their souls feel faint, be the breath that sustains. Jesus, cover them with your peace tonight. Assure them that even their stillness before you is enough. Teach them that your love is never earned by emotion or effort, but given freely, simply because they belong to you. Carry them through this season, until joy returns like the dawn, and until that morning breaks, hold them steady in the quiet certainty that even in emptiness, they are still deeply, unshakably loved. Amen. So often we come before God believing we must have the right words, the right emotions, or the right strength. We push ourselves to pray perfectly, to feel deeply, to prove that our faith is strong enough. But tonight, let this truth rest over you. God is not seeking performance. He is longing for presence. The shepherd does not wait for eloquence to impress him. He waits for you to simply draw near. Think of a child climbing into a parent's lap. No explanations are demanded. No polished words are needed. The embrace itself is enough. In the same way, your quiet resting in God's presence is worship. Your breathing, your tears, your silence. These are offerings more precious than perfection. He delights in your nearness, not in your performance. Psalm 23 does not show a sheep striving, but a sheep resting because the shepherd is close. Tonight, release the weight of not enough. Let go of the fear that weakness somehow disappoints him. Instead, lean fully into his presence. You do not need to perform to be loved. You do not need to achieve to be carried. Presence, not performance. That is his invitation. And in that stillness, your soul will find true rest. The shepherd sees what no one else notices. He feels the heaviness pressing on your chest, the tears you have hidden, the exhaustion no one has asked about. You may feel invisible in your weariness, but you are never unseen by him. Every sigh you release, every burden you carry in silence, he gathers them tenderly and holds them close to his heart. Tonight you do not need to explain your fatigue. God already knows. He has seen the battles that drained you, the worries that haunted you, the weight you tried to bear alone. Nothing escapes his gaze, and his compassion bends low to meet you in your weakness. He does not despise your exhaustion. He honors it by extending his rest, by offering his peace where your strength falls short. Take this truth with you. You are not weak because you are weary. You are human and you are loved. Even Jesus grew tired and laid his head down to sleep. Even he rested in the midst of storms. He understands the limits of your strength, and now he whispers, "Come to me, and I will give you rest." Lay down what you cannot carry. Close your eyes with the assurance that your weariness is seen, your soul is embraced, and your night is safely held in the arms of the one who never slumbers. See into the distance, and you will see the slow reflection of your soul and its face. Psalm 23 is not only a verse to remember, it is a living promise breathing over you tonight. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. These are not distant words from long ago. They are your reality here and now. The shepherd is not far off, waiting at the end of your journey. He is beside you in this very moment, guiding your steps, even through shadows that seem overwhelming. You do not need to map out tomorrow. You do not need to know how the valley will end. All that is asked of you tonight is to let the shepherd lead. He knows the way through the darkness, and his rod and staff are steady and sure. When your eyes cannot see, he sees clearly. When your strength gives out, his arms hold you. So close your eyes and picture him guiding you with gentleness, not with pressure, but with peace. The green pastures are closer than you think. They begin in your surrender. The still waters are not far. They flow as you trust. Let go of the need to control and rest in the shepherd who never fails. Tonight, his leadership is your safety, his nearness your comfort, and his presence your perfect peace. Beloved, as the night deepens and your spirit grows still, let this blessing rest upon you. You are not abandoned in silence, nor forgotten in weariness. You are carried by the one who formed you, by the shepherd who guides you, by the God who surrounds you on every side. His love is steady, his nearness unbroken, his care without end. Tonight you are wrapped in the holy presence of the one who calls you his own. Even if words escape you, even if your prayers feel faint, his arms are already around you. The green pastures of rest, the still waters of peace, the comfort promised to those who mourn, these are yours tonight. Lay down each burden, release every fear, and let his presence be enough. He does not delight in your striving, but in your stillness with him. So ask yourself gently, where do you need to be carried instead of striving? What if the silence you feel is not absence but the spaciousness of love? How might you receive tonight without needing to explain? Hold close these truths. He makes me lie down in green pastures. I am carried by God still. Even in silence, I am surrounded. Go to rest with this assurance. You are loved, you are kept, and you are carried. Beloved soul, as the night gathers its stillness around you, may you sense yourself resting in a love that has no end. You have walked through shadows of silence and loneliness, yet all the while you have remained in the embrace of the one who never lets you go. In this tender hour, let the weight slip from your shoulders, for there is a gentleness deeper than your weariness, and a mercy wider than your sorrow. You are carried not by your own strength, but by a faithfulness that does not falter. Let the hush of this moment remind you that you are never alone, even when words fall silent and feelings fade. His presence surrounds you. Rest in the assurance that you are seen, cherished, and kept close by the shepherd who has watched over you since your first breath. May peace flow softly into every corner of your heart, like quiet light through a window. May mercy cover you like a blanket in the coolness of the night, and as you sleep, may your rest be holy, your soul breathing freely in the nearness of God. Go now into the stillness, beloved, for the shepherd is here, and in his arms you are home. Amen.